one day I just sat down with my dad. I was like, yo, Dad, I want to do music. You know, I think I should just like give everything up, even though I have this very good scholarship offer from this great university. I was sponsored by every brand at that time, preparing for the Olympics.
Were you nervous to tell your father this?
No, it was a natural talk.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He thought I was kidding. You have education, like good school, good university. You're going to the Olympics. What else do you want? I want to do music. Just let me do it. I don't want to regret like when I'm 80 years old telling my grandkids like, oh, your grandpa used to have this chance. You could have done that. You know, I don't want to regret.
How old were you at that time?
16.
16 years of age. And now were the scholarships and everything, were those already given up? Right. So if you go home, it's like,
what
are
like
you
zero,
going home
nothing,
to?
Nothing. I couldn't get back to it because, you know, I was at this team of Hong Kong and a back home fencing team. When I leave, I couldn't get back again.
Right, your position, it was gone.
Right, it's gone. Everything, the school turned down, everything. I have nothing left. Actually, the first week in Korea, I already kind of regret. Now, not regret, but I was very insecure. Because like everybody came in because they're a good dancer, good singer, or good actor. Like they got their weapon, you know? I went and I was an athlete.
Right.
You know? I was like, I can't do this on stage. But you know, I just thought to myself, if I want to catch up, if they're doing 10 push-ups like or 10 times dance move, I gotta do 100. Like this is how I'm gonna catch up. I think I'm just being, you know, honest to everybody. You know, I don't want to hide anything. You know, I think it's not like, you know, sometimes when there's camera, you feel like, oh, I have to like do something. Right. But I feel like if you're trying to be somebody else, like it's not you. At the end of the day, they'll still find out. Right. Like I'm just, you know, I'm this kind of guy. I just want to, you know, put it on the table.
Transparent.
Right.
What do you do to relax if you get a moment to relax?
Probably just produce songs.
Damn,
like
that still work.
This is the thing. I always feel like insecure. Like I feel like if I stop, like I'm just very insecure. Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to miss any chance. You know? I have to be like ready 24/7 to because you never know when chances are coming. Right. You never know. You never know. So you have to be ready 24/7. That's why I feel.
And me as an artist, I do my best to try to know, entertain people, you know, my audience, everyone else that come across my stuff, to be entertained and feel at least, you know, happy and entertained with my music, with stuff that I put out, you know, being interacting with them, communicating with them like human beings. You know, I always like to talk with my fans. I'm starting to be more, you know, active on streams, on Instagram, on Twitter, you know, even on Weibo, or like, you know, on TikTok, all these social platforms to connect with them. I don't. The thing about me and my fans is I don't always want to show them the side. Oh, me on stage. Oh, me in the music video. Me on this in concerts. You know, I'm a human being too. I have the low sides, the negative side, depressed, anxiety. You know, insecureness, everything. You know, I'm sure they do too. So, you know, if I can cheer them up at the same time, you know, we cheer each other up and be best friends. Like that's the relationship I have with my fans. Come on, like everything else comes second. First,
exactly.
Safe, be healthy, live, be alive.
Your body and mind come first.
Right, be healthy.
A good question here. What have you learned during the pandemic, whether it be like a new hobby or maybe something like self-discovery about yourself, maybe when it comes to music? What did you get into?
Definitely during the quarantine back last year, I already did 3 times quarantine in my life. And come on now, like it's a time. I've been working for the past 7-8 years nonstop. Quarantine was actually the first moment that I was like, the train was stopped for a while, you know, so it made me think a lot. Even, and one of the most important, like one of the big main thing that I realized is, oh, like time really flies. Time flies. I can see that, you know, what's the standard of happiness anymore? Like, what is it like? And I need to spend more time with my parents. And, you know, because I feel like in this society, even in this industry or any industry, when you're in your youth, you just run, run, run. You don't see what's behind you. You don't even have the time to turn around, right? But when you turn back a little, one time, you see your parents there, and time really feels like flying, literally. I felt like I've been living in Korea for 10 years, you know. I literally felt 10 years. It felt like yesterday. But 10 years passed.
It just
and
goes
I
like
see
that.
my parents are not like 10 years ago. And oh no, like what? Before everything, I'm already late, but at least, you know, quarantine made me think about that, you know, things like that. So I'm getting myself back together. Like I'm also like thinking that there's need for me to care about my life too, not just like my career, of course, my life, but lifestyle,
Absolutely.
my family, my best friends, like what is like my relatives. And you know, sometimes it's like your parents, they won't, it's not something that they say, it's just some actions that they do sometimes makes you realize that, oh, like they're not like before, like they're aging in some way, you know, and just kind of feel bad, but not in a way that, not bad, it's just that you want to start, oh, I need to protect my parents, I need to have the responsibility to take care of them. Sometimes when you're really focused on your work, you just, it's not in your channel.
Arguments happen daily, and I'm telling you, the whole process of even being an artist at the same time also being handling the structure, even like managing the whole team or working with everybody with such a big group that involves like 30 to 40 different people and different divisions. Problems will never end. I mean, you just have to deal with it. That's responsibility. That's one thing. And second, arguments are not always bad, because I think there's no such thing as perfect team, but there's a term that exists, is called the right team, right? So everyone's standard is different. Everyone's channel, the way they think, everyone is different. Bring everybody together, that's the hardest part. And you need arguments. You need to even argue and fight over stuff, because you guys have different mindset or different ideas. You need that process in order to grow fast. At the end of the day, humans, we make mistakes. How can you be 24/7 every single day, 365 days a year? How can you always be right? And what is right? You know, it's just, it's the matter of how you think and what perspective do you think from, right? Everyone's standard of happiness is different. Be happy, find your own happiness. What's your standard? Know yourself better, right? Stay in your zone.
And for the ones that's, you know, having a hard time mentally or like physically, just want to tell you that recently, you know, at this stage of my life, I'm 26, almost like 27. Recently, you know, I had moments where I actually sat down and to think, especially during the days of like quarantine. I actually thought that, you know, like I kept asking myself, maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this is too deep or something, but I just realized that, hey, I realized something that I really want to share with you guys. Just that if you guys are having a hard time, you know, if you guys are like negative or you know, stressed out, you know, I really want to, you know, share my story or even my thoughts, my experience to you guys, that, hey, actually happiness, you know, to everyone's standard of happiness is different. Everyone's standard of success is different. Everyone's standard of their vision, just everyone's standard is different, right? So, you know, people, you know, some people might be satisfied because of that. You know, some people might be satisfied because they have a good job, Okay, some people might be satisfied because they have a good salary, you know, but some people might be satisfied because they're doing what they love every single day. So what I think is, since everyone's standard of happiness and success is different, you should really know yourself. You should really know your standard. You know, let nobody tell you that. Let nobody affect you on that. You know, that's what I thought. That's what I had in mind. Yeah, you really got to know what you really want, and just go for it. You know, and honestly, in life, I feel like you can't have everything. You know, you can't be greedy and be like, hey, I want this at the same time, but I want that. Hey, I want this, but at the same time, I don't want to lose this. It doesn't make sense. And so be blessed about what you have, and at the same time, really know what you want and what your standard is, what your standard of happiness is, and what your standard of success is. And that's how I always say, you know, the philosophy of what do you want, you know, like the philosophy of knowing yourself. That's all that matters, you know, because like on what you do, there are always going to be people like talking stuff about it, like talking bad about you, talking good about you. There's always opinions, you know. You're never going to satisfy everybody, you know. Like, hey, my philosophy, my point of view is knowing yourself, know what you love, then you can make your own history. And also another thing is that after knowing yourself on what you love and what you're interested in and what you're passionate about, you got to start making plans towards it. You know, nothing's going to fall from the sky, or nothing is going to be, you know, there's no shortcuts at the end of the day. You got to start making plans, and you got to start like brainstorming. At the same time, you got to strategize on how to work towards your goals. Honestly, failure is normal, you know, so get used to it, and like I said, you know, along the path towards your goal, towards your destination, and towards your dream, there are a lot of elements that's gonna, you know, pull you back, a lot of different negative, you know, obstacles just trying to pull you down and try to block you, but you just gotta ignore that. You just gotta keep walking straight, you know. And it's always you versing yourself, you know. It's never if you want to give up, honestly, there are always reasons, you know. There's like a million reasons for you to give up. Oh, because of this, because of that. Hey, I can't do this because of this. Hey, I can't. Oh, this time is because of this. That the next time is because of that. Always reasons. But honestly, at the end of the day, you just need one reason to tell you that you should keep going, and it's because you love it, and because you're passionate about it, because you believe in it. You know, it's just one reason is enough.